can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. That's called insanity. Change ain't coming, tell the people change is here. We taking what is ours, we ain't never scared. We gonna fight for our rights, ain't no backing out. The Bahamas loving how we got this real blackout. Taking our country back, not living so hopeless. Vote for Lincoln Bain, our Bohemian Moses. A real leader coming with the vision and the plans. He's taking a stand, every Bohemian woman, don't be fooled, y'all know the parties that cause this. Vote for COI for changing the office. We fighting for our rights and our natural resources. The people can't be crying and hurting and jobless. Don't be fooled, y'all know the parties that cause this. Vote for COI for the change in the office. We fighting for our rights for our natural resources. Yeah. Stand up and make a change. Yeah. For Bohemians everywhere. We gonna make a change. And let's go forward a mission to build a better Bahamas for all the children that live in. They sell our country and land and give it to all the foreigners. Keep Bohemians suppressed because they think we're not good enough. But we're making a stand, throw up a fist with a hand. Stand united as one nation under the sun. We the people fighting for the new Bahamas. We bring the facts, but they want to bring the drama. They can go and put a sign on every corner, but the cry of the people will be louder. Stand up and make a change. For Bohemians everywhere, we gonna make a change. Change is here. Stand up and make a change. For Bohemians everywhere, we gonna make a change. Change is here. Can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. That's called insanity. Change ain't coming, tell the people change is here. We taking what is no backing out. The Bahamas loving how we got this real blackout. Taking our country back, not living so hopeless. Vote for Lincoln Bain, our Bohemian Moses. A real leader coming with the vision and the plans. He's taking a stand, every Bohemian woman, child, and man. The people can't be crying and hurting and jobless. Don't be fooled, y'all know the parties that cause this. Vote for COI for changing the office. We fighting for our rights and our natural resources. The people can't be crying and hurting and jobless. Don't be fooled, y'all know the parties that cause this. Vote for COI for the change in the office. We fighting for our rights for our natural resources. Yeah. Stand up for Bohemians everywhere. We gonna make a change. Change is here. We gotta quit with tradition and let's go forward a mission to build a better Bahamas for all the children that live in. They sell our country and land and give it to all the foreigners. Keep Bohemians suppressed because they think we're not good enough. But we're making a stand, throw up a fist with a hand. Stand united as one nation under the sun. We the people fighting for the new Bahamas. We bring the facts, but they want to bring the drama. They can go and put a sign on every corner, but the cry of the people will be louder. The change for Bohemians everywhere. We gonna make a change. Change is here. Stand up and make a change. For Bohemians everywhere, we gonna make a change. Change is here.
All right. Good afternoon, Bahamas, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for spending your Sunday here with us. Thank you for being here. You all know the routine. As soon as you get in here, you know what we have to do. Share, share, share. Let's share what's going on so that the Bahamian people can know what's happening and take part in all of this. So thank you so much for all of you who've decided to spend your Sunday evening with us. So I'm just going to give you a few minutes to share if you've not done so. Remember, we're on Facebook, and so the algorithms work a certain way. The algorithms work in such a way that they only know to share the video if you engage with it. If you don't engage with the video, then they won't know that the video is important and that you need to share with it. So thank you so much. And so let's go. We're gonna not be long today. We just have some a quick announcement. We're gonna have a quick announcement. We're gonna allow you to ask some questions, and then we will be out of here. All right. So quick announcement. We're gonna let you ask some questions, and then we'll be out of here. All right. So thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And so let's get the show on the road. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone who is tuning in all across the Bahamas, we, the Coalition of Independence, was founded sometime in March officially. 5 months from there, we decided to take part in what was now being called, and that was the election. 5 months after we formed, the election was called. And the election would be basically, we had about a week notice because in a week we had to declare our involvement, pay our $400, and then just after that would be the advance poll. Before we had formed as a political party, we formed as an activist movement. And we set out to fight for what is ours. Before that, we started as an educational platform. We had decided to form a website in order to educate the people on what was going on. And of course, that evolved and evolved and kept evolving to where we are now. We had no intentions to become a political organization, but we were not interested, and I will tell you that I wasn't interested in becoming a political organization on this go around. But sometimes fate decides for you. It's not your choice. We got thrusted into this, and we had to take up the call. And now I'm glad that we did. And first of all, I want to thank the 9,765 persons who voted for our endorsed candidates. I want to say thank you. We love you. We appreciate you, that you have done an amazing thing. You decided to vote not like a sheep, not vote for who you thought was going to win. You decided to vote your conscience. You decided to vote for change. And you stood up and you said, I can't take this merry-go-round of the PLP and FNM anymore. You decided to stand up and say, I can't take the back and forth anymore. You decided to stand up and say, not another day of this, that I am going to vote for what is right. That is what you decided to do. And I want to thank you as a Bahamian for standing up for the Bahamas and standing up for all Bahamians. I want to thank you for the confidence that you have put in us as an organization. I want to thank all of the candidates who decided to take risks. Some of them took risks, some of them got victimized. Some of them had to sacrifice themselves personally to make this happen. The candidates who spent so much time focused on this, they couldn't focus on their own personal lives. And they took a hit because of it. There are others who are having challenges with government jobs right now. One is the teacher who is trying to continue on with her life, and she has issues there. And we have, while there's a shortage of teachers, we have 2 teachers who are amongst us. Well, now 3 who will not be able to go back on the government job because they decided to stand up for what is right. Sometimes we ask people to take sacrifices and to make sacrifices for the greater good. We say, you go out there and fight this battle. You will go out there and make this happen. This is wrong. And you say, stand up for us. But then sometimes we never remember the sacrifice, or we never focus on the sacrifice that have to be made in order for this to be done. And so we never thought about Rosa Parks and the sacrifice she made. We all focus on the part of the story where she decided to not stand up in that bus. And that changed the lives of all of us. That changed all of our lives. That made a huge difference for us. When Rosa Parks decided to not get up out of her seat, Rosa Parks was victimized and run out of town. We don't focus on that side of the story. We just glorify Rosa Parks and thank God that we can jump in a Greyhound bus in Miami, that we can go into Red Lobster in Miami, that we can go in a bathroom in Sawgrass Mills Mall, and we can drink from the water fountain. But we don't think about the sacrifice that she had to make. I thank God every day for her sacrifice. But she couldn't find a job in town, and her husband couldn't find a job in town. They had to leave the state and go up north to Detroit. No one thinks about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to thank the candidates who sacrificed themselves to be a part of change and make this happen. I want to thank those of you who fought on, who stood on your jobs and fought and argued every day, some of which your co-workers who were blind and wouldn't open their eyes that we need a change in this country. And somehow they thought that just saying a new day was going to be a change. I want to thank you for that sacrifice. And I want to thank you for having your eyes open, because you realized that saying it's a new day doesn't change a thing. Having a new day doesn't change a thing. If you are broke today, you're going to be broke tomorrow in the new day. If you're unhappy today, you're going to be unhappy tomorrow in the new day. If you're homeless today, you're going to be homeless tomorrow in the new day. A new day changes nothing. Because what you can do tomorrow, you can do today. Today is what matters. And it's what you do with your day that makes the difference. If you come with a new day, but it's the same old day, then you've got a problem. Now, I'm going to talk about that a little bit when I'm finished making this announcement, because there's a reason that we're doing all of this. And so, thanks to the sacrifice of all of you, the persons who decided, the regular Bahamians who decided to put themselves forward, the regular Bahamians who decided that they would fund this movement during the last election, the regular Bahamians who decided that they would stand up and make a change. Those are the ones that we want to thank today. So with that said, everyone's curious about where we go from here, what Coalition of Independence was going to do. What would we break up? Would we be like other parties who, have one stab at it and then they move on? Well, I'm here today to tell you that we have one country, only one. We're not the kind of people who can jump on a boat and migrate and go elsewhere. We're not the kind of people that do that. We have one country, and we got to fight for this. We got to stand up for this. And our country is on life support. We are in danger, Bahamas. And so it's going to take some real Bahamians who are ready to stand up and make this happen. And so we have made a decision. We are going to go forward. We are going to press forward. We are going to become an official party. And so that move starts today. And so what happens today? Starting tomorrow, you will be able to become an official member of the Coalition of Independence. If you are serious, you are going to determine whether we go forward or not. You are going to determine whether this happens or not. If you come forward, we will move forward. You can now put your money where your mouth is. You can now be a part of that change. You can now be a part of this decision making. You can now be a part of this entire organization officially. Starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow, you can become a member of the Coalition of Independence. You can simply go to our website or to our mobile app, or go to our website and download our mobile app, and there you can just click on Become a Member. Fill out the information. You'll be able to upload your ID, so we make sure it's you. And then you can come in to our impromptu head office in Pinewood, our HQ in Pinewood, and you can pay your fee, your dues, your membership dues. We are about to form an organization so that in the next election, we come back bigger, better, and stronger. We are going to show these incompetent, corrupt individuals that this is the end of the line for them, and we're not waiting for the next 5 years. We're not going anywhere, as you can see. And so starting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, sorry, I said the wrong thing, 10 a.m. Starting tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., and every day we'll be here from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and you can come and you can sign up. Eventually, we're going to allow you to pay online, but that process isn't set up yet. So just like the other parties do, you can come in and you can pay your membership dues. It's only $5 a month, as it is in the other parties. Or you can just pay for your year one time, which is $60. Or you can pay for 5 years if you want, whatever amount of time you want. And once you sign up, you are then going to get an electronic card where you can scan into any of our meetings because you belong. And you can show people that you are a part of this organization. Grab my phone for me, please, so that I can show them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for change. And it's time for you to be a part of this. And so for everyone who's been encouraging us, hey, you got to keep going. We believe in you. For the 9,765 people that are a part of us and say that they believe in us, it's time. It's time to be a part of that change. It's time. So I hope that you are ready to be part of that change, because we are ready to make that change. We are going to form an organization that is going to be based on Bahamians being first in this country and second to no one. Because this country is in trouble, and I'm going to get to show you in a minute kind of trouble that we are in. And if you are a red-blooded Bahamian, you will want to know and understand this trouble that we are in. Bahamas, we're in trouble. And so we want you to stay focused. We want you to stay focused and be a part of this. You're telling us to keep going. We need you to keep going. We need you to show us that it's time for us to keep going. We need you to show us that you are serious about this. All right? So you're going to get, I'm trying to find the links in order for that you'll be able to see. So everyone will get a barcode. Everyone will get a barcode, and they will get a link to their e-membership. And everyone, you will have that barcode. You will have a special part of our website with your name on it, and so you will be able to sign up. So everyone will have a special barcode, every single person. And once you, let me show you, the barcode similar to this. So everyone will have their very own barcode. Come to any meet, you can just scan it because you belong. We're taking us into the 21st century. As you remember, we were the first organization the first organization to have their elections digital. And we're going to do some things in very short order. And I'm going to announce all that right now. A couple of things to structure this organization. Everyone will have a barcode, and that barcode is your membership. Also, you will have a link that you can also press on. Once you press on your link, for example, you would have an e-membership. That'd be similar to this. It would have your name, your membership card. It will have your picture and whatever it is, do an organization. If you're part of the women's branch, if you're part of the fundraising committee, everything will be right there. And you also have your barcode there. And it's an electronic situation. And so we don't kill any trees in anything that we do. They're totally digital. And so we're taking this totally digital. And this barcode and this card is extremely, extremely powerful. All right, this is extremely powerful. In the coming days, we'll tell you how powerful this is. We're moving into the 21st century, y'all. And so this is how it will work for you. Okay? And so, like I said, we'll be here from 10 a.m. tomorrow, and that's how it works. And so first, in order to get structured, so just to get structured, the people have to come together. And so as you come and you sign up for membership in your constituency, then we will form the constituency branches. The constituency branches will be formed from you, your friends, and your family. If you want to be involved in the constituency level, you can participate because in short order, we're going to be having elections in each of those constituencies. You must be a paid member to participate. And we're going to have elections in each of those constituencies. And then we're going to put leaders of those constituency branches in place. And you can choose to be a member that participates in the constituency branches, or you can just be a member who is paid up and make sure that you do what you can to support what we've been doing. Everything that you've seen us doing over the last year, and particularly over the last 6 or 7 months since we formed, it was the efforts of regular, everyday individual. We were traveling, we were having rallies, we were having staged events. Everything you were doing was the efforts of regular Bahamians. And that's why we thank you. If you are serious with us moving forward, then you have to make it possible. Let's get together and let's join, become members. And so, like I said, from the membership, the chairman of the organization is going to start organizing each branch and each constituency. They are going to be able to do things more than regular branches do. But there's some issues in each constituency that needs to be paid attention to. We can't wait 5 years for these issues to be addressed. We can't wait for a politician to come and address these issues for us. We have to take care of these issues. We have to be able to organize. I can tell you that we've been fighting so many battles for people over the last several months that it becomes overwhelming. Now we're going to have people who can make sure that the issues of your constituency are dealt with, are taken care of. They can make sure that we know what's going on in the communities, and we can take this fight to the Greater Bahamas. And so we are doing this not just to be a political organization. We are doing this to be organized for change. We are ready for something different, and we need your help. I can tell you that there are thousands of people trying to reach me every day on my phone, and they can't even get me because that's how much people are calling me every day. It's a mammoth task. Even since the election, people who are reaching me are saying that their MPs are not answering the phones and that we are their only hope. There are people reaching out to me, to Maria Daxon, to other persons in our organization and saying, I'm sorry, yeah, we voted for these people, but we can't find them now. We need your help. We're getting this every single day. Every day. We are not going to be those persons who are going to say, oh, go to who you voted for help. That's not us and that's not me. I am here for my fellow Bahamians. Mostly because when I help you, I help me. When I help you, I help my children. Because this is our country. And it might be you today, but it could be me tomorrow. It could be you today, but it could be my children tomorrow. And so when I stand up for Bahamians, I'm actually standing up for myself. Because if a politician gets away with doing it to you, he's going to feel he could get away with doing that to my children. And that's not going to happen. And so I have to stand up. Many people have called me and said, Lincoln, don't stand up for these people. Don't do nothing for them. Let them feel. The problem is, when they feel, I feel. When they hurt, I'm going to hurt. My children are going to hurt. Because what's happening to them is going to happen to the rest of us in short order. We have to stand up. And so we are forming an official organization. And so the first step of this is for the members to come forward. And as the members come forward, you pay your dues, then we're going to organize each branch, each constituency, and then we're going to get together. We're going to get together at one big event. We're going to initialize the Constitution, etc., and you're going to be a part of that. And so I want to thank all of you who have been there for us. I want to thank you for all of you who have been a part of us, but it's time for change. We're going to be broadcasting. We're going to continue to broadcast here on a regular basis. And so right now we're broadcasting in 3 places. We're broadcasting on my Facebook page, we're broadcasting on the Coalition of Independence Facebook page, and we're broadcasting on YouTube simultaneously. And so some people will be watching from each one of those areas. And so we're going to continue to do this. But our focus is not going to be on bashing government. Our focus is going to be on addressing the issues of the Bahamian people. There's a serious, serious situation in this country. Our government is on the brink of failure. Our government is teetering on destruction. We are right in the dragon's mouth. And a lot of people don't understand this. And the problem is we don't have an opposition. The opposition is not there. And there are some people who are saying that, give them some time, wait. While you wait, we are drowning. While you wait, people are suffering. We must stand up. There's no time. And so there's a new day, and there's good news and bad news about the new day. There's good news and there's bad news about this new day. And we're gonna touch now on the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because we have one country. Now I want you to understand that the Bahamas is in a serious debt crisis. And from 2020, learned economists have been saying that the Bahamas is about to default on their loans, on their loan payments. And it has been revealed how much loan payments we owe in the next couple of years. This year, the government has to find $900 million. Wake up, Bahamas. This is the most important thing that you could hear from me right now. This is going to determine your future. While you were distracted with COVID, and it's an important issue also, our country is about to default if we don't do something drastic. We have to pay back $900 million. I want you to understand that everything that I've been saying to you is now coming to pass. Everything that I say turns out to be the truth. They have to admit it because I don't speak unless I have absolute proof of what I'm saying and absolute knowledge and understanding of what I'm saying. And so I told you that shortly after election that you're going to see it. We got downgraded immediately. And now the talk of this debt that we owe is there. The Bahamas is teetering on. They're struggling to try to find money to operate. $900 million in debt. So when you see them stop the food program to say that, oh, this and all that, no. They don't want to tell you the seriousness of what's happening. When you see that certain people weren't given NIB, etc., and all these different things are happening, don't let them trick you with politics. And that's why we're going to have to be here regularly as the real official opposition to keep you up to date on what's happening. The reason these things are happening is because the country doesn't know where it's going to find money. Now, I need you to pay attention to this. By this year, they have to find $900 million. By next year, they have to find $700 million. For the year after that, about the same thing, 400 and 350, I think it is, and then another hundreds of millions again the next year. They have to find $3.6 million in the next couple of years. Billion with a B, that is. $1 billion. And so the problem is, where are they going to find this? This is why Minnis packed up his Georgie bundle and broke off running. This is one of the reasons. He had already given up. He knew that there was nothing he could do, and he wanted to put it in someone else's hands. And he said to you, he made it clear, when you asked him, why did he call a snap election? He said, right after election, you're going to find out. And now you're finding out. So the government is in a serious debt situation. Just go on in the newspapers. They've started putting articles out there, but we're being distracted with so much other things. We're not noticing this. We were distracted. And these are important issues also. But we were distracted with the Haitian immigrants coming here. We didn't notice that the government has to find $900 billion. Sorry, why am I saying billion? $1 million. It's $3.6 billion in total, but billion would be. They have to find $900 million and $700 million next year. And then 400, and I think it's 350, and then 100 million more the next year. Bahamas, we're in a serious situation, and there's no time for any kind of political honeymoon. It's just that simple. And so that's the bad news. But with this story, there's good news, and then there's bad news, and then there's terrible news with the same one story. And so the bad news is what I just told you. And that happened because of the irresponsibility of our governments over the years. While we were distracted with voting for our party, taking the color yellow, red, this is my team. And when you win an election, you feel like you want your team won the NBA and this and that, but you didn't think about the issues in between. While they were borrowing and spending and being slack and doing everything they were doing, our children have to pay for that. I told you before, from the 90s, they were saying, oh, the government is borrowing this and that. Your children are going to have to pay for this. And people didn't take it seriously. It sounded like something far-fetched. Well, that's my children, and that's 50 years from now, 100 years from now. That'll never come. Celebrate. Let's shake pom-poms. And so they didn't focus on what was really before them, and we had governments mismanaging what was happening. We had corruption, a whole political system that's based on corruption and paying back those who paid for your election. And so my dad died in 2002, on November 2nd, 2002. My dad, he couldn't imagine that those things they were saying in the 90s, that your children will have to pay for this stuff. He couldn't imagine that his son is now paying that because of what he allowed the government to do in his years. We always used to brag to the tourists, oh, we don't pay taxes over here. We don't have income taxes. You all have taxes. We don't even pay sales taxes. Ha, ha, ha. We bragged about that. But here we are. My dad didn't realize. Now, there are some children running around in your house while you are listening to this. And you have to make a decision for them if you don't make a decision for you. You have to decide to stand up to this government and bring the change that we need. Otherwise, they are going to pay. There will be no country left for them. And this is where we come to the good news. The good news is that based on all of the information that I've been getting, that the Davis administration is right on the brink. When people say I was doing a PRP sign, they like screenshot, but I've been doing this all my life. All right? They're right on the brink of having that money, to the tune of about what we owe in debt, about $10 billion. They are involved in certain, reportedly, certain conversations. They've already made certain deals to be able to cover a lot of the debt that we owe, to deal with it. And so that's the good news. They're not announcing this to you, but if they're able to close this deal that is right in front of them right now, like the young people say, clean land. The problem is, and this is where we get to the terrible news, who is coming or what is coming on that plane? And what are they taking back with them? And so, you know, I am always in all of their meetings. There's nothing that they can say that I don't know. And every time I tell it to you, it always comes forward eventually. They are in conversations with persons across the world right now. But the conversation is not about just clearing that debt, you know. The conversation is about selling out this nation to the highest bidder. This is going to be a nation for sale 3.0. In order for us to keep alive, to find that 900 million, 700 million, that 400 million, that 350 million, that 700 million, they're going to have to sell this entire country out. They're going to have to collateralize every loan that they get. And so Brave came and made a statement saying, oh, we're going to find a way to restructure and this and that, but they won't give you details. What do you mean restructure? What do you mean restructure? That doesn't make sense. What is about to happen? Bahamas, we are in a serious, serious state. And I challenge anyone in this administration to say to the public that I am wrong. Then you know what I do. I will drop it on you. Bahamas, we are in a serious situation. We have to do this one for our children. They are going to have to sell out this entire nation. In 5 years, you won't have a country if you sit down and wait. They're going to close some deals. Some things are going to happen. When you hear them talking about public-private partnerships, you need to be terrified. The country will be sold out and nothing will be left here for your children. The way our system is set up, whenever foreigners come in to invest, the price of land goes up. Inflation goes up. And your children will not be able to afford land in this country. Bahamas, wake up before it's too late. And you cannot sit around focusing on empowering politicians while our children are left to suffer. Come on, Bahamas, wake up. Yes, they're going to build that hospital. That hospital is going to get built and they're going to celebrate and see what we accomplish. But they're not going to tell you the inner workings of what that actually costs. Plain land. What's on that plane? And who are they taking? What are they taking back with them? Ladies and gentlemen, you have to wake up. You have to open your eyes. Don't let them lull you to sleep. So the new day, when you hear the word PPP, be very afraid. Be very, very afraid. When you hear that word, it is open season on corruption. It means that you don't have to make, because they're going to start building subdivisions. That's going to happen. They're going to start building subdivisions like used to happen. Minister couldn't do it because he couldn't find a way to get money from to get the government to get money to do it. This crew is going to do it. Now, I want you all to save this video. play this back next year. Save this video right here. And remember every word that is coming out of my mouth. This school is going to build houses. But this time, they won't have to do the little deals that they did before, where the contractor have to pay you some money, certain $1,000 per house. Here, give me that $5,000 or give me that $10,000 and you get the contract to build a house. Because that's some of the crooked deals that they did in the past. And some of it would go to the big boys in the party. Some of it would go to the party. But that's how they fund their nonsense. They won't have to do that this time because now they woke up to another way to rape the treasury. And that is through PPPs. Now they're going to be involved in the profit. So now they're going to steal legally. Remember, I said these words to you. Watch who gets the PPPs. And remember, some deals are made overseas. So the Bahamian hooks up with the American or the European overseas. And they say, listen, I got to hook up in the government because they can't talk directly to the actual leaders because they have to be able to protect themselves. It's called plausible deniability. They will be known people to them. So like you put a crooked person in the office of the prime minister. Oh, they just did that. Jerome Fitzgerald. So you put someone who is known and used to making these crooked deals, who the foreigner would know that, okay, he has the connection with the government. I'm not saying this is what Jerome is doing. I'm saying you the strategy, how people do things, how they do things, politicians. And then they would know, you go to him, and he can work all that out. He is the bag man, he's the hatchet man. That's the one you talk to. Because the prime minister will have to be able to deny and say, you never spoke to me. I don't know what you're talking about. And there has to be someone to take the fall to make sure that the party doesn't fall. This is how this works. And so they make the deal with the American. They set up whatever company is overseas with the European or whoever. Set it up overseas. And they make the deal over there. This person gets a contract and they say, see, they got the contract. And this person makes payments to their to the company overseas, whether it's in England, whether it's in America or Canada. They make the payouts. And that's how they operate. That's what they do. And so you have to open your eyes. When you hear that word PPP under this government, be afraid. It means robbery, rape, murder. That's what PPP stands for. Robbery, rape, murder. In one word, it stands for corruption. And so you have to be aware of what's going on. We can't fall for their old tricks anymore. All right? So this is how they're going to set this whole thing up. So they're going to do PPPs for airports. Our airports are going to be a cash money bag for someone else, for the corrupt cronies on the inside. Remember, I told you that Brave told me that he is not going to let Bahamians benefit directly from their natural resources. You set it up with a few of your people and let those people provide jobs. That's how they do it. You're about to see that. Okay? And so this is what's about to happen, the PPPs. So there's good news and bad news about everything that's going on right now in terms of this election. There's good news and bad news. We cannot say that this is a new day because you're now starting to see what I told you. The next thing that I told you about the economic situation of the country, but no one listened. And I also told you that they were going to bring back the same old people and put their people in place. It's not that that person is talented. It's because in some instances they're corrupt. And you have to put your people who will do your dirty work. Remember these words. I'm going to get castigated or maybe attacked for some of these words, but just remember them. Remember them. And so they started to bring back the same old people. They brought back corrupt Jerome Fitzgerald, who admitted that he tried to get millions of dollars in contracts from Bahama, even though it broke the laws of this country for him to solicit monies from Bahama. And what did Philip Bear Davis say? He didn't see any corruption that man did. He didn't see any wrongdoing that he did. What else do you expect him to say? He's going to be working in the Prime Minister's Delivery Union. That was Joshua Sayers' job before. Everything you wanted to do had to go through Joshua Sayers. Everything. Remember, me and the team were trying to purchase the Grand Lukaya, and Joshua Sayers called us in and told us that the government didn't have money for any of these projects that they were proposing to the country. They were bragging about this $8 billion worth of investment to the country. You notice that none of them came off the ground? No, not one. Well, I said this to the Bahamas. I told you, Joshua Sayers says none of these projects had funding. You see, these, in some instances, poor people with lighter color skin, they come with a coat suit on and maybe a briefcase. They come here and they get rich. They don't come and invest, they come and take. There's some people living in Life at Key right now who came here poor. There's some people living in Life at Key who came here to this country poor. But now they are filthy rich. That's the reality. But back to the point. We got to get a charger in this device. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, we're rushing around today. That's why we don't have things properly set up. I'm going to divert back to where I was. Jerome Fitzgerald is extremely old day. I'll leave it as that. And for him to now have a position in the office of the Prime Minister, the one who everything goes through, stay tuned. Yeah? It's not charging. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. So, next you bring back Ryan Pinder. Yes, no. Next you bring, good, we're good. Not anymore. Next you bring back Ryan Pinder. Sorry, we're having an issue with actually. Yeah, we're good. Is check the wire. Next we bring back Ryan Pinder. Ryan Pinder left while he was a cabinet minister. He just decided to up and leave in the middle of that and go and work for, he decided to go and work for a company that was actually under his ministry. He decided that, Saranara, y'all, I'm going to go make this money. And then he went there, got straight, and then he was gone. All right? So we're good. We're just trying to get the electricity good. So he got straight, and then he was gone. And this is who we brought back. Ryan is a good fella, if you talk to him, he's a very good fella. He's a nice fella. You love to have a conversation with him. But he left and he was gone. And now he's back as Attorney General because others refused the position. My concern with Ryan Pinder, who again, on a personal level, he's a good fellow. My concern with him is, we just had a Attorney General who lost every case that came before him. Every single case. If you wanted to sue the government and win last election, you could have never worked for them and sue them and say you worked for them and they never paid you, and you would have won. You could never have done a contract for them, and you could have sued them and say, listen, I did a contract for them, and sue them and you would have won. That's how lousy the last attorney general was. I'm speaking metaphorically, of course. But that dude was the worst attorney general we've ever had in the history of this country. The government lost every single case. The craziest cases in the world they lost. They lost a Haitian immigration case. And so I'm worried about the judicial experience of this attorney general. Wayne Monroe couldn't do it because he would have had too much conflicts of interest. Other people refused it. In the PLP, refused the position. I think about 5 of them it was. And so Ryan Pittman had to be called in to do it. I have never heard of or seen Ryan Pittman before the courts. I ain't saying he never been. I'm saying that's not his thing. Ryan Pittman deals with white collar stuff. He was a tax attorney in the States. He came back to do the election in the Bahamas when he ran. That's why he came back. He gave up his U.S. citizenship. And he was a tax lawyer. So now you're going to have people suing the government left, right, and center. And that's a concern. All right? And so I'm not saying he can't live up to it. He may be able to, but I'm telling you, this is one of the things you need to watch out for. With Carl Bethel, we lost everything. The government had to pay out so much money. Fred Smith eat him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Anything Fred Smith wanted to do, he just sued them, and he would come up with the most outlandish, ridiculous thing and sue them and win because we had the wrong attorney general. So, ladies and gentlemen, they brought back Ryan Pinder, Jerome Fitzgerald. And talking about a case that the Attorney General lost, they lost another case to Leslie Miller. You know, Leslie Miller was all about singing for supper. And it's got to be real. But these are the kinds of people, Leslie Miller, what's that fellow name, O.B. Wilson, etc. These are the kinds of people that went to our bank, the Bank of the Bahamas, and got monies, millions of dollars, tens of millions in some cases, in Leslie Miller case. They got tens of millions of dollars and just refused to pay back. They formed a company called Resolve so that you would have to pay that back, and so that Bank of the Bahamas wouldn't absolutely crash. And they put the debt in Resolve and took it off of Bank of the Bahamas. That was a legal, illegal move. But they see him fellas say, oh, I like Leslie. I like him, man. I like his spirit. He used to cut down the grass. Listen, if you getting tens of millions of dollars of our money, you better cut down some grass and some bush in that community. And so one of the first things that happened, I'm trying to pull it up because I don't want to be long tonight. One of the first things that happened is the government decided to drop their appeal of their case against the case with Leslie Miller. The government was told to pay Leslie Miller millions of dollars in rent, even though the building was destroyed. If you go on Hard Road and you look at the building, there's no roof. The government was saying, Leslie, this is your building, we renting from you. You have to fix the roof and then we can continue renting. But that was an act of God. It was during a hurricane and the roof is gone. So we can't continue to pay rent. Man, Leslie sued them. And these dudes lost. How do you lose out? How? The building's still in that state right now. And they lost. They appealed. And now that the PLP is won, they dropped their appeal. saying that they're going to negotiate and pay off that man. Bahamas, if y'all don't see what's going on, listen, y'all deserve everything y'all about to get. Wake up, y'all. These same people are benefiting while you starving, while you hungry, while they can't call them. I see people on social media saying, "Oh, I can't hear from my government no more, and I can't this and I can't that." What you expected? You thought something was going to be different? And so that man is going to make millions of dollars. The government is just going to pay it out there, and probably, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but probably they're going to say, "Listen, you want us close this view quick, and you get your money. Make sure I get something inside, eh? Make sure we have some of that for the next election." These are kinds of things that happen right in your face, and you go through it every single election, and you start crying, and then somehow you get swing again. So now, next election, there are going to be some people when they bring Michael Pintard and what the other fellow name, Shannon Dawn Cartwright. They say, "Hey, this is a new crew. This is a new F&M. Hey, we knew." And it's the same cycle again. But they say, "Oh, this Mr. Sands, this Dwayne Sands, oh, he did some stuff during COVID. We knew. Get rid of the PLP. Oh, they corrupt, they failed." And so here we go. They brought back people like Bolter and Bethel. Jesus Christ. They're bringing back old retirees. See, but when they bring back the old retirees, it's because they need their people who are part of the system to come back because they're going to do the same old corruption. You can't trust a new fella to be a part of the corruption. You can trust the old fella who you know he can talk on you, who you know is tried and true with you. You can trust that old fella. In your system, your organization, trust him. This is the country that we now live in. So Leslie Miller is going to be straight. And you fighting and arguing for him, saying, "Oh, I like Leslie," while your light is turning off, while you are being evicted, while you don't know where you're going to eat tomorrow. It's just facts. You could hate me or love me for it. If you hate me for the truth, I have no problem with that. I can live with it. And so they're bringing back some of these senior police officers who were, on their way out. I don't like what the government did with these fellas. I think that was wrong in any event. But come on, man, we got some new young talent. We need to move on. But of course, when the new government comes in, they have to have senior police officers who will do their bidding and their evil, and that's why they shuffle them around. We need our people. So this one, you get out of the way. I give you some cushy job. Because I don't trust that you would, when I want to do my evil and my darkness, that you are going to be with it, is what they would say. There's good and there's bad. They did some good in the last month. They said that they're going to increase pensions. And there's some people who just selling. Oh, I saw one person comment that the PLP did more in 1 month than the F&M did in 4.5 years. These people must be out of their minds. Did what? They've done nothing. Somehow, when you're so used to abuse, someone could come and do nothing for you. And because it wasn't abuse, you could feel that they did so much for you. You're so used to getting whipped. You're so used to every morning you get 10 lashes from master. The next one come and say, "Okay, I can give you 2 lashes. Oh, he loved me so much. Thank you. You only give me 2 lashes. Oh, Jesus, thank you. That's all the Savior. Oh, your curfew was 10 o'clock. Now I'm going to move it to 12 o'clock. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, it's a new day. Hallelujah. Glory. Even though you promised to get rid of the curfew. Like people just satisfied. When they're so used to being whipped, this is what they settle for. Well, I'm Lincoln Bain and I'm a runaway slave and no one is going to whip me. I will take that whip from your master and I will whip him. And I will run and hide in the bush. And I will come back every so often and whip him again. And I run back in the bush with his whip. And every time he fall asleep, I will come back and whip him. Until he say, you know what, this plantation, this yours, have a plantation. I just can't take this anymore. We will whip him out of here. We got to whip these corrupt PLPs and FNM out of here. It's time for guerrilla warfare. We got to whip them and whip them because they've been whipping us. You can't come, promise us you was going to get rid of the curfew. Now, after seeing this live, they're going to have to do it. Watch. Promise us you're going to get rid of curfew immediately when you get in power, immediately from day one. But they heard me saying that it sounded good, so they decided to do it. And then you come in power and then say, okay, yeah, it was 10 minutes, moved it to 9. So what we're going to do is we're going to move it to 12 a.m. But you promised you was going to move it. You were saying that the curfew has no point. So why you still have it now? I told you before election that they complain about the same things and then they continue it. That's what's been happening year after year after year. Minister government complain about VAT. Oh, VAT is wrong. It's evil. It's stupid. It's bad governance. It doesn't make any sense. And then they came and increased it. And you all just loved it. And the FNMs just justified it and say, oh, see, because of the state, the PLP left the country in. We had to do this. And now the PLP is going to spend the next couple of years talking with FNM. They can talk with them so much, tell you again, I'm voting with the FNM again. That's how the cycle always goes. The FNM will come in, talk with the PLP before years, promote them so much, and then you all just vote with the PLP. And then the PLP come in, talk with the FNM, and then you all just, those days are over. A real behaving crew is going to stand up at 10 a.m. in the morning. Is when you can start coming to Pinewood and making a change and being a part of that change. They're bringing back the old corrupt. And so I said that to say, they promised some good stuff. They promised to increase the pension, but the bad is they didn't say how much. They said, oh, we're going to increase the pension. Everyone's like, oh, hallelujah, oh, that's all Jesus, Lord, the heavens opened up and saved us. Okay. And when they come, they can say, oh, because of what the FNM did, we could only raise it by $10 or $20. Or we give you $50. They didn't say how much. You ready to wake up yet? Don't celebrate anything that a government promised you until you get it. And it benefits you. And remember, the pension is not a gift. You paid that. You worked for that. That's not just the money you gave the NIB, you know. That's how they justify giving you back. But you were paying taxes all your life. In other countries like America, etc., they give you your tax returns every year. Remember, the government is yours. You own that, you know. And so when you put money back into that, they give you something back. And so after you've built this country for all these years and worked and made sure that this country developed, that pension you get, that's yours. They use you contributing to NIB to give that back, but you've been giving to this country, paying taxes, etc. At the end of your days is when you should be getting something back from it in this system. But in the new system that is still coming and on the way, you are going to benefit from the natural resources and everything in this country while you're still young, while you're still alive. You're going to benefit from this country straight through. That's the new Bahamas. And so let's not celebrate for that. A couple more. You know, they're talking to the media, just like the FNM did when they started out. The FNM started out good too, you know. They started out, remember they said, oh, we got to fight corruption, and they locked up 3 people. Then you realize that there was something fishy about that. They started out good too. And people said, oh, this FNM did more in this first couple of months and the people did their whole time. The same cycle over and over. It's like we're crazy. They're talking to the media. That's the good. The bad is they put in some new media restrictions. They're starting to restrict the media. They're going to determine who could say what, and they're going to make you participate. You want your license, you better shut up. You better accept this. They ain't going to say that, but the pressure. Hold on. In your media company, OBEC, in your media company, ONIB, you better just go along with this. So don't come to this meeting putting no pressure on Graves. The media should be free. The media should not have any impediment. They work for the boss. They're ambassadors. So the next good that this administration had so far, next good about this new day is they could dress good, man. They look so good. You know, the minister Ingram Wallace used to talk about that. This the PLP is the party of pomp and pageantry. And they could dress good, man. They look good. Man, they taking some good pictures all over the place. We love it. But at the meantime, this country is drowning. And we don't have time for photo ops. The real Bahamians are not interested in what you are wearing. The real Bahamian needs some solutions, and they need some solutions now. And so to pacify you, they're going around touring different buildings. Oh, I'm going to go and do a tour of this facility. I'm going to tour the hospital. Tour what hospital? You a doctor. You ain't never been in a hospital? You don't know what's going on there? You going on a tour of the hospital? No. We need solutions. We don't need you stalling by doing a tour to say, you know, at least they toured it. Farmers, wake up, man. Our job is to shake you out of this. We are the official real opposition, and we have to do this. And so I want to end there because I want to allow you to ask some questions. And so remember, if you're just tuning in, we are forming into an official organization. For those of you who say, did you want us to keep going? This is your chance to show it. So come in, show your support. Let's be a part of something big and something strong. Let's set up something across this nation. Let's set up a movement across this nation that's going to rock this nation. We're not going to be here just to sit over in politics, just to say our party wins. We're going to be here for a reason, for a cause, to be a part of something, to make sure we benefit from our natural resources. Good. They added a portfolio of natural resources to the Ministry of Environment. That's good. But the first thing Vaughn Miller came and talked about was not the natural resources. He came and talked about some parks. I think he preserved the parks. Buddy, Vaughn, my friend, my brother, Bishop Vaughn Miller, I don't want to know about no parks. I want to know, and the Bahamian people want to know, how we're going to benefit from our natural resources. What you've been helping us fight for all these years. Don't come in the media stalling. We want to know what's going on with our sand and aragonite. We are seeing West Palm Beach report that aragonite, which you all said there was a moratorium on, is being brought in by the shipload and being trained up to Alabama. That's what we want to know from day one. Vaughn Miller, don't play with me. We are serious about our country, and our country is in serious problems. And we have the solution to pay for everything that is going on, to deal with our debt. Vaughn Miller, don't think that you are going to stall for the next 5 years and kick the can down the road. So we lost 5 years under the F&M and 5 years under the oil, 10 years that people made billions from our natural resources at billions per year. You said one company was making about $5 billion in a year. You, Vaughn Miller, 16 months, $5.4 billion. You said that. So this should be urgent. You have the documents. Me and you talked about the documents, Vaughn Miller. We don't have time to waste. I am not interested in Brave Davis giving these licenses to his cronies to provide jobs for Bahamians. No, we want ownership, Vaughn Miller. You're going to fight for this, or you can sell us out. That's it. People are starving. People are hurting. People are living in their cars right now, and billions is being made. Carl Bethel admitted to it. Minister admitted to it. Billions in treasure has been found in our waters. And y'all around here talking about we broke, or we need money for the healthcare system. We broke. If y'all don't know what to do, y'all go back to Bahama and step down. And let Bahamians who know what to do get in here and deal with this. Yes, we're willing to help y'all, you know. But we're not willing to become a part of the corruption. But any advice you all need that's going to benefit the Bahamian people, any advice you need on how to make every individual get paid from their national resources, I am here. I work for free. I ain't worked for another human being since 2000. I had one job in my life, that was the police force. I had some summer job as a kid. I don't count them. I had one job in my life, that was the police force. I left that plantation. Master, he never whipped me. I left that plantation. I jumped over that fence and I headed north. And I never looked back. It has been 21 years since I've worked for another human being. So I don't want no TSA and Lincoln want a job. I don't want no job from nobody. I'm not hungry. I retired when I was 30 on my own. But I think that every Bahamian could be in that same position. Vaughn Miller, don't think. You know, I love you. But if you sell out, I'm coming for you. Bishop. Because we're tired. I don't know what the rest of y'all, but I'm tired. The solution is right there, but they refuse to let us benefit. Bahamas, y'all got to stand with us. It's no secret. I'm telling you now, not as a political party, we're forming a separate organization that is going to go after license for our sand and Aragonite. We're going to allow Bahamians to become a part of it. It's not a coalition of independents. We're forming a separate organization, nothing to do with politics. We believe that Bahamians should benefit, and we can't wait 5 years. So if Brave them don't want to do it for the Bahamian people, we can do it. When we call, you come. It's being set up. If Brave them don't want to do it, we will set it up. So if y'all don't know what to do, if y'all playing crazy, if y'all say it ain't worth nothing, listen to me. Philip Brave Davis. If the sign ain't worth nothing, then the Aragonite ain't worth nothing, then give us a license. Give it to us. Since it ain't worth nothing, then give it to us. It's nothing. It's garbage. It's no value. Give it to us. And let us show you what can be done. Simple. And so that's going to happen outside. Some people say, don't keep it secret. Listen, the minute we apply, the government knows. And we're keeping this in the eyes of Bahamian people so they know. I want you all to see if this government that says they're leader nice is going to fight the Bahamian people from getting their license to do this. I want it in front of the Bahamian people so y'all can see. If y'all say Bahamians should benefit, and y'all even if us to benefit directly as Bahamians, if y'all ain't willing to do it, then let us do it. Bahamas, get ready. Get ready. It's time for change. It's time for change. I hope y'all are ready. All the struggle they having, and they about to sell out this whole country. They're about to sell out this whole country. They're going to sell out this whole country. They don't have to. They don't have to. Remember, I told you all this. Watch out for the PPPs. They're going to be bragging about them. They're going to get some stuff done. But at what cost? Watch out. And so, starting tomorrow at 10 a.m., you can come into the office. They'll be right here. And you'll be able to sign up and become an official member. You can pay your $5 a month. Your e-card will say it's good for 1 month. Or you can just pay for the year. Let's get this done, man. Let's get this done. I can pay for 5 years. All right? That's what I'm going to do. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's make this happen. All right? And so it's a simple process. You can actually start the process online starting tomorrow. You can actually, before you come in, and so that by the time as you come in, your e-card will be ready. But tomorrow morning, you'll be able to just go online, go on our page, and you'll see Become a Member on our coalitionofindependence.com. Or you can go there and download the app, because all applications happen on the app. When you're voting in our conventions or meetings or whatever we have, it's going to be on the app. Yeah, we're going to vote securely right on the app. And so just download the app, go right to our website, and you can get the PWA, or go to app.coalitionofindependence.com. Someone put that in the link, please. App.coalitionofindependence.com, and you will be able to download the app right there. That's where you officially apply. So the website is actually going to direct you to the app. When you click on there, it's going to give you the instructions, and it's going to go there. Can I play the video for them, please? So just go to the website, get the app, and start the process there. You just have to fill out your general information, your constituency, etc. What level of involvement that you want to have in the organization. So all of that is right there. You'll be able to participate. Or if you need help, you can write to the office, and they'll help walk you through the entire process. The link is already up, so you can actually begin the process now if you want. The link is actually already up on the website, coalitionofindependence.com. You can go there and you can start the process. When you go there, it's going to direct you to the mobile app. You can then sign up as a request account. Go into the mobile app. It's going to click on request account, and it's going to ask you for your information. All right, we're going to set it up so you can just click on sign in with Google or sign in with Facebook too. To make it easier, one click and you'll be signed in. So you put in your information, you put in your login information, and then you just log in. You just put in your information and you log in, and you set up your account, and it's a very, very simple process. It's a very simple process. And so you just put your general information. I'm trying to get in there to fill this information now. Yeah, so you get in there, you fill out your information, and then you can sign in. And it's just gonna ask you for some simple stuff. Your name, your email address, your number, your constituency, the level of involvement you want to be a regular member, or you want to participate with branches, whatever it is you want to do. You want to volunteer, you're part of committee, so that kind of stuff will be right there. And so you can decide your level of commitment, upload your ID. You also take a picture of yourself against any background. You can do it with your phone. Take a picture of yourself so it'll be on your ID. We're going digital, y'all. We're going digital. And so this is where we're taking this. All right. So thank you. The mobile app is set up, and we're ready to go with this. And so if anyone has any questions, this is your time. If you have a question, please let me know. So we're going to open it up for questions. If you want to help me with the questions, then we'll be good. Let's go.
Siobhan Russell was asking any banking information for persons not in Nassau so that she could become a member.
We'll make an announcement that very shortly. We'll make an announcement for that for persons not in Nassau very shortly. This week we'll make that announcement. All right.
Sharon Scott is asking.
What you can do in the meantime, just sign up as a member, and then we'll contact you and give you as a member. We'll contact you and then give you that information. All right. So just go online, sign up as a member. Once we see you there, we see your constituency is on Family Island, then we'll contact you, and then we'll get you straight. Okay. We are setting up the payment gateway as we speak. We don't want to wait on that. We get calls every day from people saying, listen, I want to sign up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be, part of the structure, ready to get moving. So we're just going to get started. All right. So next question.
Siobhan Russell.
Go ahead.
Siobhan Russell asked, what's the name of the app?
You go to, we didn't put it in the app stores. All right. It's a Progressive Web app, which means you can get it on any device, on your computer, on your phone. This is a new technology. It doesn't take up any space on your phone. With regular apps that go in the app store, people don't have space in their phone because of WhatsApp taking up all of your space. And so they can't download new apps. With this app, you don't need any space in your phone. You can download this app. So it's called a Progressive Web app. We're taking this into the next generation. All right. And so that's what this is. So you can either go to app.coalitionofindependence.com. Just go to coalitionofindependence.com and just download the app, or just click on become a member. When you go there, go in the menu, click on become a member, and it'll direct you straight to the app. Next question.
Lamont Gardner is asking if he can pay for 5 years in advance. He says it needs to be ready for the next blackout.
Yes, you can pay for any amount of years, and it will reflect on your e-card. So if you choose to pay for 2 years, it will reflect on your e-card. If you pay for 5 years, it will reflect on your e-card. So your date on the e-card will actually say that you paid for 5 years. It will be an expiration date on there. If you pay for a month, it'll show that you paid for a month. Next question.
Maven Bain is asking for the cost. I know you mentioned it a moment ago.
Say again?
Maven Bain is asking for the dues.
It's $5 a month or $60 a year. All right, it's $5 a month or $60 a year. So that is what the dues is. All right, and so it entitles you to all the rights, the voting rights, etc., and be a part of the structuring and everything that we're doing. You'll have a chance of a say in everything that we're doing. Next question. Yeah, go ahead.
Tara Bethel made a statement. The IRS is about to change up, like Cash App, etc., form of payment starting January 2020.
Say the question again.
Tara Bethel made a statement. The IRS is about to change up, like Cash App, etc., form of payment starting January 2020. I think she meant to say 20.
I think she meant 2021. Yeah, a lot of changes are going to be happening in the near future. When we come to power, we're going to be able to participate in all this kind of stuff. But we're going to put pressure on the government in the meantime, so you're not tricked and bamboozled. We'll see what it is that the IRS is deciding to do. They can announce something today and change it tomorrow, but we don't have to worry about that. If it benefits us, we'll take advantage of it. There are Bahamians who are benefiting from certain things right now. I don't want to say it on here, but we had a whole online business food business boot camp where we taught Bahamians everything about online and doing business online and all this kind of stuff. And you know what? I'm going to give that course to our members for free, since you brought that up, right? Because there's a lot of Bahamians who need to get educated in this stuff. I'm gonna give that course to all of our members for free. Online business boot camp that we had last year. All right, and in there you get educated about everything about doing business online and that kind of stuff, everything about it. And so I'm gonna offer that to you for free. It's gonna help you understand how all this stuff works fully. And so this is a life-changing course. A lot of people took it. Hundreds of people, I think thousands maybe, took this course online during the lockdown, and it was life-changing for a lot of them. So we're going to actually offer this free for our members. When you sign up, we're going to make sure that you get the up in order to do this. It's free. It's an online course. Everything is right there, and you'll understand how all this stuff works. All right. So it just came to me just now because you said that. And we want to educate all Bahamians. We don't want to make money from that. We can, but we're not. We're going to give it to our members for free. Next question.
Burroughs asks, I'm Abaco. Once we become an executive member, would we be able to give monthly dues in our constituency so we'll be able to stay active in our community?
Yeah. So once we fund, we're funding the entire community. We're funding the entire Bahamas. All right, that's what you're funding. Well, I shouldn't say the entire Bahamas. You're funding the entire coalition of independence organization in the Bahamas. That's what you're funding, the movement. All right, and so once we form and you sign up, we're gonna have meetings with you over Zoom so that you know how this goes. We're gonna be doing some traveling to the come to your community so that we have to understand exactly what we're gonna be doing, how we're bringing the change, etc. All right, and so we're gonna let you know the details. So let's get in there. Sign up, and we're going to make sure that we have meetings, whether it be by Zoom or it is by other means, meaning being there individually and in person. Sorry, I'm reading and talking to you at the same time. And so we're going to make sure all this happens. All right. So stay tuned. But start the process tomorrow. In fact, you could go online now and start it. This is already set up and ready to go. So yeah, we do things ahead of time. So go ahead.
Bernard Paul, is it a crime for a government to decline national survival for personal profit?
Say that one more time. Is it a crime?
Is it a crime for a government to decline national survival for personal profit?
Is it a crime for government to
decline national survival for personal profit?
It should be. It should be. So in other words, in English, listen, the country needs to survive. The people need to survive, but they do everything for themselves to profit personally. And that should be a crime. And in fact, it actually is. It's called corruption, and we have laws against corruption. But if you put the commissioner of police in place, the laws will never be for you. If you put the attorney general in place, the laws are not going to be for you. Let me tell you something. This sounds simple to you, but let me tell you something. Some people are going to be very angry that we are going to be doing things outside of government to empower the Bahamian people. This is going to be a terror to them. Get this clear to you. Martin Luther King fought for you all to get in the bus, Sit down. He fought for you all to go in the bathroom. He fought for you all to be able to sit in the restaurants. They ain't killing him. I'm bored of them. When he started fighting for you to have economic empowerment, that was a problem. So I just want you to realize we're going to have to come together. All 10,000 of us are going to have to come together and form a strong organization. This is a Marcus Garvey movement. This is a movement to empower our people because we believe that our people are great. When I say our people, I'm talking about Bahamians. Someone text me and asked me if this is a racist movement. No. This is a movement for all Bahamians, and we always make that clear to you. It's a Bahamian movement. It's a movement for all of our people. Every single one. I don't care if you white, black, Chinese, or whatever. The problem is every foreigner can come in this country and benefit from this country, and not us. This is for every Bahamian. from Grand Bahama in the north and Nago in the south. It's for every Bahamian. For the black brothers in Town and the white brothers in Lightfoot Key, if you're a Bahamian. This is for Bahamians. We're going to benefit from this country. Since the politicians don't know what to do and they can't break that cycle of corruption and corruption benefiting from this, from everything in our economy, then we got to do something before it's too late. I can't leave this the way it is for my children. Yeah, I know this is going to make me public enemy number one, but I don't think I think there's some other Bahamians that can stand up. I'm willing to put that to the test. Next question.
Turan Dean, will the name of the coalition change once we become an official party?
We're gonna make a decision on that. And we're actually going to. The Coalition of Independence was not named by me. Actually, a meeting that Bishop Walter Angel called because he wanted all of the independents to come together, and there they voted for who would be the leader. They voted for me, and they voted for the name. All right, so I didn't name this. This isn't about me. I'm not. I mean, people who are around me would know our meetings are fair. I'm not egotistical. I'm not any of those things. And so it doesn't matter to me. But I think Bahamians are used to the name. They want the name. And we said this from the beginning, but many people didn't get it. They got confused. Independence has to do with your thinking. It has to do with the independent mind. It has to do with a culture that even when we get in government, there will be no whip on anyone. You can vote against the party if you are voting for your constituents. That is what we're talking about when we say independence. And so that is what we're talking about. We are people with independent thinkers, independent mindset. In all of our internal meetings, of all of our candidates, we have a rule and a law. If someone is a dissenting voice, you can't cut them off. They must speak. If someone has the minority view, that person must speak. You won't cut them off because we're going to practice it now because this is what's going to happen when we get in government. Because if all of the people of Carmichael say that we're against this law, you better let that man speak because the people of Carmichael sent him to speak. How do we know the people of Carmichael sent him to speak? Because they would be able to vote for or against on the mobile app. Everyone in the constituency would be able to say what they're for and against. And once we form our structure and you become a part of the organization and the structure, you will be able to actually vote and say, Lincoln, we agree with this, we don't agree with this. This is the people of Carmichael feel. This is the people of Pinewood feel. This is the people of Nassau Village feel. You will be able to practice that from now so that when we get into the new government, we are ready for it and the people have actual power. Next question.
Sharon Scott, Mr. Bain, are we going to present another bill to Parliament to address the distribution of Crown land to Bahamians across the country?
She's asking about the distribution of Crown land. We're going to present another bill to do that. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We're going to present that bill to every single member of Parliament, FNM and PLP, for it to be tabled in the House of Assembly. If you say you are for the people, that doesn't cost anything. And so we're going to give them a chance to do it. So it is coming, and we are going to do that. We are ready. So we're going to give them a chance. They say they need to get their affairs in order, do some little things. We're going to give them a short period of time, because in the meantime, we're going to be structuring, and we're going to be setting certain things up, and we're going to be getting ready to come for our natural resources. So in the meantime, we're going to let them get there a couple of days to get themselves together, and then we are going to present that bill for every Bahamian to benefit from their natural resources. Next question.
Bernard Jr. Eaton, how do you feel about Wayne Monroe as Minister of National Security and his performance so far?
There's going to be some conflicts of interest, but I actually like Wayne. But there's going to be some conflicts in interest because of stuff that he's been involved with before. So it might not have been a good thing for him to be there. You saw it come up with the prisoner and the prison situation. But he is going to do some things. He's going to stand up and do some right things. And I believe that. And so we have to give him a chance to see whether he's good or bad, whether he's fish or fowl. But in the beginning, he has done some good stuff already. And so you have to give credit where credit is due. They're doing some stuff that we had proposed, which was expunging the records of persons who were arrested or fined for anything to do with these emergency orders. And that's something that we had planned to do. The stuff that I talked to Wayne Monroe about, and he's doing it. And so that's a good thing. So when they do good, we have to tell them they do good. But in the meantime, they are part of a corrupt system, and we have to watch them as a part of that corrupt system. Because all of them start out good. And then in a couple of months, then you start to see the true colors. But in the meantime, I think that Wayne is going to do some good there. And so we have to give him a chance to get some stuff done. But the day he starts to do evil, I can tell you that we are going to be there and we are going to make sure that he is dealt with. There's some things that happen. I don't want to address it now because we're waiting to watch certain things. That is curious. There's some things that happen. You're bringing back these senior police officers. We're going to see what you're going to do with the ones who are there. So we're going to be watching and paying attention. All right. So just stay tuned. I know I spoke vague just now, but we're going to be watching and we're going to be all over it. Thank you.
Ebony McFall asks, will the public have to wait until the COI's convention to see who the executive members are? For example, chairman, treasurer, etc.
We already have chairman. We already have persons in these positions. We've already had several elections. I've put myself forward to elections several times. All right. And so, again, we're going to announce other positions that are going to be available. You have certain positions that, because we're a coalition, we didn't bring forward, like trustees and chaplain and these other positions. But we have had several elections already. And so if the people decide that they want to go to another convention, the people decide that. And that's why we're bringing everyone together. We're going to be able to vote for different issues, right, from the mobile app. So you won't have the excuse like Minister to say, oh, we can't bring everyone together because of COVID or this and that. We can do certain things. So we're going to do all those things. But like I said, I've subjected myself to several, in the same year, to several leadership. When they were having the last elections, the executives didn't want me to put myself up. And I said, no. If you're going to have election, I'm going to put myself up for election as a leader. And so I had no problem with that. And I told them that I insisted that I should be, a part of that. All right. They were saying that we already have a leader. You are already elected. Let's just elect the other positions. I was like, no, come on. I know I've been through it several times, but so that's where we are. So we already have certain positions. We already have certain structures. We just need to add on to that and then go from there. All right. But of course, at the end of the day, the members, once you become a member, you sign up, you put certain things before the members, and then they make their decision. As simple as that. Next question.
Yvette Prince asks, is there going to be a commission of inquiry into the borrowing from the last administration? They should not go scot-free with all these millions of dollars.
Yeah, they're asking me about commission of inquiry. I cannot speak for commission of inquiry. I can tell you that Philip Brave Davis said that he put someone in place to have an inquiry to determine whether you need a commission of inquiry. These are some of the same ridiculous things that they're saying is a new day, but it's the same old. Philip said that there should be a commission of inquiry before the election. He said, we need a commission of inquiry on Dorian. We need a commission of inquiry on this and that. Now he's in power. He said, I put this person to do some inquiries in order to see if we need a commission of inquiry. A commission of inquiry is an inquiry. The difference with a commission of inquiry and a court case is set up different. A court case is whatever the lawyers present is what it is. So you could win and lose based on what the lawyers present. An inquiry looks for all the information without prejudice, without leaving anything out. Inquiry looks for everything. And so that's the difference. A court only gets what the lawyers bring forward. And so an inquiry would look and see what's really going on with the situation. And then they would determine this needs to go to court. And some punishment needs to happen. It needs to be criminal or civil. They would decide what it is in the end. So again, Brave David told me that he's old school. He don't believe that politicians should be locked up, that losing elections should be enough for them. He told me this. And so I can see why he's stalling with the Commission of Inquiry, because he's old school. And so even if they have a Commission of Inquiry, they're going to make it drag out, and there will be no repercussions. Remember, I said these words. Don't forget it. Remember, I know 3 years from now, you might remember I said this, and when I tell you, and I told you all, you might remember these words. All right? Next question.
Julian L. Bartlett. With another crisis in Haiti on the 16 American missionaries, do you think we should reopen our borders?
She wants to know whether we should reopen our borders. The borders, there should never be a reason for borders to be closed. All right? Now, if some people don't belong, they don't belong. All right? If people don't belong, they don't belong. The airports are closed. People are still coming in by ship. All right? Most of the immigration was by airports before. I don't think our borders should be open to Americans, open to Chinese, open to everyone else, and closed to people in Haiti. All right? Now, if there's some people who don't belong, they don't come. They don't get a visa. If the border open, that ain't for them. So the visa allows us to determine who can come. And so what's needed to do is have the Bahamian embassy over there determine who can come. If it's a good, decent, upright person, then they can come. If it's someone who's just looking to come here on the airplane, like a lot of them did, and then overstay their visa and stay, no. All right? And so it isn't about the border being open or closed. It's about us letting in who should come in or who should not come in. It's simple as that. So I know some people who are, anti-immigration may say, no, let's keep Haiti border locked. Just keep them people out of here. It isn't that simple. All right? Your border should be open unless there's a reason not to. Like, let's say you say, these people are not testing properly for COVID. We don't want them to come in. There's some risk. Then you lock the borders. America's ground borders has been locked to Mexico and Canada for, I think, about 18 months now. All right? They have a reason to do so. So it's not about the border itself being open or closed. It's what's the justification. At this time, I don't see why the border needs to be closed. But I will tell you one thing. I would make sure only people that we want in this country would get a visa to come in this country. As simple as that. Next question.
Ebony McCullough, are all of your
Paul Sweeting is asking, how do we get involved in the company that is going to be a candidate?
All of our former candidates still a part of COI. As far as I know, all of them are still involved in COI. But that could change from day to day. So I don't even understand what kind of question that is. Someone could decide they don't want to be involved in politics anymore, and they don't want to do anything to do with politics anymore. I can't be calling them every day to decide whether they should do that or not. I don't understand that question. But a political organization is an open door, and persons are going to come in, they can go out. Some people might decide, you know what, I can't take the politics thing, I'm going to step back. But so far, as far as I know, persons are still involved in politics. Candidates, we're having candidates meeting every so often, regularly. I think every 2 weeks we have candidates meetings. And we are ready to move forward and do what we have to do. Question.
Paul Sweeting is asking, how do we get involved in the company that is going to be applying to government to sell our natural resources?
So I don't want to confuse that with politics in any kind of way. So I won't want to give any details with that here. We're going to set up something different. Do with that. I don't want them to say, you know, this is political, that's political. It won't have anything to do with politics. It's going to be just for the Bahamian people. So when it's time, we're going to make certain announcements as it relates to that. So I hope you understand that. We don't want them to have any excuse as to what they're doing. That's going to be set up totally different. That won't even be a part of this platform or anything that we're doing. And so We don't want to confuse that, but trust me, we're going to make announcements for that, and we're going to be aggressive with that. Right? So I just wanted to stop for a minute. And so when you decide to become a member, you just click on the link. You go there. You click request access, and it's going to allow you to put in your information so you can set up an account on the mobile app. And once you set up the account, it's gonna take you to this page where you have some access. You won't have access to all of the tabs, but it'll give you some access while we check you out and while we're setting you up. Because once you're fully set up and paid, then you will have full access. You click on become a member. That's the first tab. Once you click on that, it's going to open up this form here. And in this form, you're going to be able to put your information. So the information is pretty straightforward. So, sorry, touched it. There we go. Information is pretty straightforward. You can see it as your name, your email, you fill out all this information. So it has level of involvement, whether you just want to be a volunteer, you want to be involved in campaigning, this kind of stuff, all that is there. You can upload the ID, upload a picture of yourself so that we know that that's you. And then you sign the agreement, and then you clicking on there, and then you submit. And that's it. It's a very simple and straightforward process, and you'll be good to go. And then once you do that, it will instruct you, it will give you certain instructions that you can now come in and that you can come in to the office and you can make yourself financial. If you're in the Family Islands, we'll contact you and we'll assist you with that process. Okay, so we'll take a couple more questions and then we'll end for the day. A couple more questions. Okay, if that's it, we want to thank all of you, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get this done. It's time to take this to the next level. It's time to do what we have to do. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. We are steadfast and we are serious and ready and organized, and we want to make this happen. We believe in the Bahamian people, and we can't do this on our own. Many people will send you out there in the battleground to fight. When you look around, they're not there. We are willing to stand up and make this happen. If you're ready to be a part of that, it's time. It's time for something new. It's time for something different. It's time for the new Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, we have raised an army. We are raising an army, and we're ready for that change. I think they have one more question before we go.
Mark Shalomway asks, for the future membership, can Lincoln make a payment process on the site?
The person after that, Lincoln can make a payment process on the site. Yes, I've already said that is what we're doing. I'm high tech. We've been doing business online. We've been accepting credit cards before all of these companies are on here. All right. So, but it's just a process you have to go through to do that. And so that is getting set up. And while that is getting set up, we don't want to stall the process. For people who can do it the way they do in the FMPLP, you walk in, you go to the FMP headquarters, you make your payment. They write on a piece of paper. They're killing trees. You write on a piece of paper your name, your constituency, and that kind of stuff. They take your ID and copy it. No, we're going to do it digitally. But you just come in and you make the payments for now, and then we'll increase it moving forward. All right. So thank you for that question. Good question. All right. Any other questions? All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. It's time. You asked for it. We're bringing it to you. And so if you want it, it is here. Just come, sign up. If you're in the Family Islands, you can start signing up right now. You can start signing up tonight. We will contact you. If you're in Nassau, you can start signing up. Oh, she has another question. Go ahead.
How do you get the link? And someone else is asking the link, please.
Oh, how do you get the link? All you have to do is go to our website. Let me put it on on a link to it also on the home page. So the first thing when you go to Coalition of Independence, you see become a member down there. But right now, when you go to coalitionofindependence.com, if you're going on your phone, this is the website. All right, so I'm gonna make them remove this video and put right there. They can do that right now. Icon that says become a member, and you can just click on that, and it'll start to download the app. But right now, you go to the menu. The menu is right there. Once you click on the menu, I can't see I got all these lights in my eyes. When you click on the menu, there's a drop down, and the first thing that you see is become a member. Once you click on become a member, that's the second thing that you see right there. Right there. Become a member. You see? So it says register to change, sign up to become an official member. It gives you the first step process, which is to download the app, request access, and then that's it. All right, and it'll have a full instructional video here. They almost finished the video. By in the morning, the video will be set up too. But this is the instruction. So once you click on where it says click right here, can't see it, all the lights in my eyes. It says click here to download the coalition. So the first thing you see right there, click here, right here, click here to download the app. So once you click there, it'll take you to the app. All right, once you click there, see, it went straight to the app. I didn't have the sign-in process. I'm already signed in. But for you, it'll go to the sign-up page that you saw earlier. It'll go to the sign-up page. All right, so let me just take it off. Let me just sign out and do it again so you can see the sign-up page process. Let me just log out. There we go. Log out. Show you how to log out? Yes. All right, so I'm going to do the whole thing over so you can see it. You can see it properly. Go back. All right. So here, I'm on the become a member page again. And so the first thing you see to click, that highlight right there, says click here. You click on that, it's going to take you to the app. And so the app is going to start loading. And so now it comes to the sign-in page. And so you don't have any information. So don't put your name and email or whatever password in there. You don't have that. So what you do is you click on request access. So some people can go to continue as a guest and they'll see some apps, but you can click on request access. That's or you can, if you forgot your password, just click reset password. But this is request access. You just click on that. See, now it's a simple process. All you have to do is put your name, email, and password, and click next, and you're in. And now it's going to open up, and the first tab that you'll see will be become a member. And so you just click on become a member, and you can get in. All right, so it's that simple. So all right, so you say one more question.
Tebow asks, is it open for Bahamians abroad?
Yes, Bahamians everywhere in this nation are everywhere in the world is a part of this. As long as you are Bahamian, you are welcome to be a part of this. All right, as long as you are Bahamian, I don't care where you live, you are Bahamian, and you want to see change in this country. And the fact of the matter is, many of us left this country and went abroad because there was nothing here for us. Our country is destroyed. There's nothing left. You have to get other opportunities. And you want to see a change, you want to be a part of that change. If you do, then it is open up for you. And so if you are a Bahamian living abroad, once you sign up and we see that, then we're gonna, you just put in your address, you just put your address, we're gonna see the foreign address, we'll contact you and we will let you know how you can do it. All right? And so we'll get in contact with you and so we can finalize your process. All right? Someone asked if you're still filing for Crown Land. Yes, we are. Someone asked that already. So some people are just tuning in. And so you have to go back and watch the answers to some of the stuff we talked about already. Yes, we're still going to try to put a bill to the government so that they can get us our Crown Land. Right? And if they refuse, then you know what to do. Remove them. Simple as that. Remove them. They're not looking out for you. They're looking out for the foreigners. All right? I think that's it. That's all the questions I can take right now. We've done a pretty long time with this. We're very thorough.
Sorry, Sister Valentino in Freeport. Can you just let him know how get sorted out?
Okay, so in Freeport, you already signed up. Someone is going to contact you tomorrow. So tomorrow after 10 a.m., someone is going to contact you, and they're gonna guide you to the link that you can go on to make sure that you can get straight. All right, they're going to guide you to the link to make sure that you can get straight. All right, so if you're in Freeport, in America, anywhere, they're going to contact you on tomorrow. Okay, so that's tomorrow after 10 a.m. All right, so if they don't get you, they leave a WhatsApp, etc. For you, and that's it. All right. Someone says, will be active member of Rod via Zoom and from other devices? Yes, and I'm actually looking to set up on our app where we can actually have meetings in our app. All right, actual video conference meetings directly in our app, not using Zoom or any of those other technologies, but using our own app technology. We're working on that in a lot of other projects right now. So yes, you'll be able to be a member, be able to participate in everything that's going on, be able to participate in meetings. This is the new world. This is the new norm. And so you're going to be able to participate in everything that we do via our app. All right. We do have Zoom meetings now. We have candidates on Family Islands who take part in our meetings via Zoom, and other meetings we have people take part via Zoom. But it's going to be more structured meetings, and you're going to see what's going on. So the first part is that everyone gets set up, everyone gets structured, and then together we finalize everything that we do. So I hope that's clear for everyone. And that's it. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, change is not coming. Change is here. See you next Sunday.